Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene from the living world of darkness, Rage Across New York. 10 Point has found herself on the Sept of the Green with a nasty case of the all dressed up and no place to go, as when everyone piled up into the vans to go on this mission. Well, there were only so many seats to be had, and so she has given up hers happily, graciously, because, well, let's face it, she really doesn't feel as though she rates priority. So she has given up the spot she might have taken in favor of lingering about the sept, having already garnered a boon for those heading out to glorious battle. She feels as though she's at least found some way to contribute her aid. And as such, she's probably pacing back onto the sept, still in war paint, ash rubbed into her hair, all just, all prettied up, as it were. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. It's kind of freaky. So yeah, what are the chances here she might conveniently find a Tapisha?
Tapisha for her part, currently, yeah, currently she is. So I don't know the name of that thing in English. I have no idea how even it's called in French either. So I will say the thing. She's working on the thing that allows you to make tapestries, or at least make them in a traditional way.
A loom?
Something akin. I mean, I will take your word for it. Like, I have no idea what's the word.
Like a big standing dealio that holds all the threads and lets you shuttle them back and forth. Yeah, it's a loom.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she's working with a loom.
Well, hot damn. So yeah, 10 Point will vary her path, having meant to catch hold of Tapisha anyways, so convenient perhaps that she's one of those who is not left. And will first pull a glove from her bag, from her swag, and slide it over her hand before reaching it again, this time with her hand gloved, to pull out, well, something that fits in her palm. And will move around to approach from where she's readily seen, getting within that kind of understood respectable distance before going ahead and going down to her knees and rolling onto her back.
And probably having heard noises.
Sadly, she doesn't jingle right now, not from bells anyways, but yeah, there's accessories and whatnot.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sound to roll over in the grass when there's no noise. And she will give a side eye and flick her tongue. What do you want?
Oh, and it probably bears mention that while one of her antlers is normal, the other one is still covered in velvet, and near entirely grown, and she's probably still lacking an eye from yesterday's exploits. But she will, upon being acknowledged, will remain unless the thumb flick was meant to tell her to get up. And
pretty much. It's I give you a side eye. I make my flick of dog. I acknowledge that you are a presence within my environment, and I go back to my work.
Yeah, fair enough. She will kind of slowly ease up, saying, "Thank you for speaking to me, Raya," and will approach within distance enough to set a little something. Looks like it's made of bone. And she will place it with the gloved hand fairly near to her foot, probably. She still doesn't want to get into Pisha's purple circle, as it were. Doesn't want to get in her personal space. That seems like a bad plan. So she'll ease up and place the item on the ground, like near her foot, and then ease back a couple steps again and take a kneel.
She's gonna stop working on her little project as she looks down. What is this?
I'm fairly sure she's seen things, carved items made of bone or antler, and it's
Yeah.
a fairly classical carved antler pendant that's not like a small piece, like an actual, like, you know, it's not like a sliver. It's actually a fairly long piece where it's kind of a flowing design from the top down and an otter kind of in a swimming posture sweeping across the bottom and up the side. And it's got a hole in it for a pendant, like for putting it on a cord or what have you.
Hmm. She's going to look at her. Is this what the truth catcher said when he said you were trying to set peace?
The truth catcher may know of my actions, Raya, but this is not something I have been told to do.
The truth catcher has made it very clear that our pack should stop the infight. Yet, I think that it's gonna be hard considering what your beta has done.
I apologize. I did not know of the letter when I approached your packmate. I did not mean to make it seem as though my gesture was backhanded.
Hmm. What is done is done. He will have to answer to what he's did. That's none of my business. It's in the hand of Jacob. As for the rest of you, I don't particularly plan to have a longing relationship with your pack. Whatever. Well, I'm not gonna say I envy Benchy's position. Just as currently I don't particularly enjoy what it forced me to do.
I do not expect our packs to become friends, Raya, but there are so many enemies outside of the borders, and even pressing at the borders. I merely hope that I can make some gestures and make some amends, so that at the very least we can fight side by side without feeling the need to look over our shoulders.
And she gives her look, very sharp look.
Oh, she is looking down. She's probably looking right about foot level on Tapisha, and is still knelt in the grass.
As far as I'm concerned, you didn't have to watch your back when we attacked the fake drill. So I think that should answer your question. Or rather, answer your statement.
I did not mean to imply that I had any fear of lashing out from your pack. But tensions are high. And when rage is running its course, it simply seems best to offer what gestures we can.
She she clicked her tongue another time. Hmm. I don't plan on making my life about certain people's decision, about certain people's lies. Here's your problem now. As for the rest, I have better things to do. And as you said, there are other enemies. You're not the one in command in your pack. I don't expect Banshee, however, to tolerate any out of line gesture, considering the talk that we had with the truth catcher.
I have
And
not been made. Ooh.
and she looks, and she knows she's not really looking at her, but
She can feel glares, don't worry.
Yeah, yeah, no, but she doesn't see. She feels. I feel, but I don't see. Um, but she smirks. But I'm not one who is going to, well, slap someone back in the face saying I will never accept any form of contrition. As yeah, you don't really need to throw any peony. That's a jab. That's one jab.
She accepts said jab just like she would a real one. She fucking takes it on the brunt.
We are both intelligent. We both know this doesn't make past wounds go away. Obviously, it doesn't make words go away or be forgiven or forgotten. It just symbolizes that, yes, things happened in the past, and we are willing to look beyond and just find something more worthy of our attention.
For what it is worth, Raya, in speaking to William Raya, I was able to better understand your perspective, the way that your pack felt. And while perhaps I am not the one who created this fissure between us, I would very much like to show a willingness to cooperate in the future. I had seen, or have not seen yet, a shrine erected to Otter, and I meant to come and ask if you'd be willing to show me. I know the symbols of my people. I know the tri-spiral. I know the knots. But those symbols would mean nothing to you. And I was hoping that there was a chance that you might teach me some very simple symbol, something that you use to acknowledge spirituality or to acknowledge the Umbra, so that perhaps I could make a place for you and you could erect whatever shrine to Otter you desired, but I simply wish to understand and to work with you.
So okay, OC, just to get it clear, because I'm not fully clear.
Basically, Katie knows what a medicine wheel is, but 10 Point does not. She has no reason to know any other cultures, spiritual symbols, or things
Mhm.
like that. So whereas if she was making a shrine, she would potentially like put out the tri-spiral symbol or would use some sort of Celtic knot or design.
Mhm.
That would mean absolutely nothing to the children and would probably be outright insulting. So she's
Mhm.
basically asking, this is me at a game finding a way for her to learn
Mhm.
about the basic medicine wheel, which isn't like some super secretive holy thing, but it is like an appropriate symbol.
And she she will she will think for a second before going back to her work. Situation is tense. The situation will always be tense for the next week. You know what's coming up.
I have not been told, Raya.
There's been a howl.
Oh, that's right.
She
There is a howl.
she
Sorry, he
she
put it up
she
today.
yeah, she's referring to that howl. I will consider your request, but you may have to have this conversation with my sister and not me.
Of
I will
course.
give you an answer when tensions and all those events are put behind us. You may go now.
Thank you, Raya. And she'll bow her head deeply, very respectfully, and will kind of ease herself back a bit as she presses up from her knees. And will, much as one would do with a far elder, will make a point of backing several steps so that there's no danger of offering an insult before she turns and just very promptly goes ahead and goes. She doesn't want to irritate the Wendigo any further with her presence.
And yeah, she continues to work on her pattern as it's starting to form a goddamn red wolf, as she mumbles to herself that she's really getting tired of this shit, of having to work on this shit.
Well, with that tense exchange done, suppose we'll say thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.